Hi Taurus, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a monthly money career tarot reading for the month of August 2021. I do want to thank you so much for joining me, but I also want to remind you in this moment to go ahead and like the video. Do leave me a comment down below about your situation, how this reading resonates, or some emojis. And don't forget to, of course, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. And more importantly, when meditating on your energy overall for the reading, of course, in regards to the subject of money and career, the message that came through was, wow, it's starting to happen. Wow, it's starting to happen. So with that said and done, let me move this on over so we can pull a simple 6-card spread from the Light Seers tarot deck. And let me see here, as I do the initial shuffling, keep in mind that this is a general money and career read for the month for the sign of Taurus, my lovely Tauruses. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't for somebody else, given it's general. Whatever placements in your chart, all of which apply. And if you're here to hear about a Taurus, more than welcome to join in and be a little bit snoopy and a little bit nosy. And on another note, check out your other placements within your chart as well. Don't forget for other messages. You just never know. But on another note, I'm accepting a request at this time for personal readings. So all you have to do is head on down to this description box below, if I could even say it. And there you'll see the options, pricing, and my email. Just reach out and I'll get that started for you. On that note, I feel a little bit spacey throughout the month of August. But for our lovely Tauruses, thank you, Spirit, for their money and career situation for August 2021. Thank you, Spirit. For Taurus, money and career. Okay. We have half of the spread, 3. That was pretty easy. I mean, it kind of coincides with the overall message. Thank you, Spirit, for the second half of August for Taurus, money and career. Okay, 1. Thank you, Spirit. You'll find that things slowed down just slightly in the second half. What else do we have? We have 1 card remaining for the month of August, money career for Taurus. For Taurus, thank you, Spirit. I want to stay stressed but excited, kind of at ease at the same time. Does that make sense? Well, you might be watching this before the month. We have the Wheel at the bottom of the deck, as well as the 8 of Swords. It feels like a lot of you up until recently have been feeling quite trapped or restricted within your career choice or situation, or feeling as if a level of money, a certain amount of money you need to save, had kept you restricted up until recently. But with the Wheel being on top of that, things are starting to happen for you. You know, the wheel's starting to turn for you. Feeling at times you're going on this little bit of a balancing act, but reminding that certain choices, risks, gambles you're making are paying off. You deciding to make decisions quicker and sooner as you realize that things are just simply happening for you. Wow. And so we're beginning the 6-card spread with the Star. I'm hearing I have to heal first. A lot of you feel as if you have a fresh start on the horizon, or a lot of success that's coming to be, and you feeling like in the midst of it all, or right before it, however it ends up pertaining to you, you have to heal. A lot of you relying on your spiritual connection, tarot readings or other, some of you pulling cards for yourself, feeling, I'm hearing more so oracle cards, keeping it nice and positive and optimistic. I like it. But reaching for that sort of connection to the universe, to spirit, to kind of feel more at ease, to feel, to get certain reminders, but you don't necessarily need to reach for them at times, being kind of plopped in front of you. Synchronicities, small messages through animals, infinity symbols, stuff like that, to remind you that the possibilities are endless at this time, that things are about to happen for you. And you start the month off doing this a bit of initial healing, or continuing that process, being drawn to work more, at the same time, feeling like you have a lot on your plate. It's happening is what I'm hearing. You feeling as if it's a lot is kind of taking place for you, and you're kind of being pushed and guided to that next level of success within your career, as your finances just feel quite comfortable. Not all of you feeling super comfortable within your finances, but intuitively knowing within that it's about to improve and trickle in the right direction. And hearing your star in the making. You are a star in the making, Taurus. Good for you. And again, for whatever reason, it's like things aren't perfect or ideal for whatever reason, but you just feel more at ease, kind of more like, whether it's the reminders, the synchronicities, the messages, the connection to spirit in the universe, or whoever you believe in, or simply you just reminding yourself to calm down, certain self-care routines implemented recently, it just all leaves you more at ease, at times drifted or pushed, feeling guided to the night sky, to, I don't know, either pray or sort of just feel at ease. Interesting. We're moving on to the Four of Wands. Celebration takes place. You're making your way through that first chunk and into the second, the middle of the first half of the month, and things are starting to happen once again. A lot of you Tauruses are getting that job you desire, or getting a promotion, some of which are getting the loan they desired to take their business to the next level or to start a business. For those of you who have been working your ass off to get a business off the ground, excuse my language, it starts to take place even quicker. Again, I told you the amount of progress that is happening within this first half of the month is insane, but it's you just feeling like, ooh, this is a whirlwind. I gotta kind of catch my breath, but things can't stop. They gotta keep moving. Things have to keep happening. All the meanwhile, you're crunching numbers, figuring out, weighing options for big purchases. It feels like I'm hearing cars, houses, apartments. Taurus is making it happen. And all the meanwhile, kind of wanting to do a little bit of a celebratory dance or sing a song at a celebration once again, because it's happening. And you deserving all of which is coming to be, or that you're planning for and working towards, because it hasn't been an easy ride, has it? But then I'm hearing take your time. You being pushed to, in the midst of it all, to take your time with those important big purchases, right? Or for some of you, choosing a job when it feels like you're now having multiple options rather than just having to settle for whatever comes your way. Take it day by day, moment by moment, and allow yourself to think thoroughly about what you are going after, what you're choosing, but don't overthink it. Does that make sense? Finding that nice middle ground where you don't sort of feel rushed and pushed into, even by some other energies you're wrapped up with in like business deals or whatnot, to make your decision quicker, but also to think, to sort of think thoroughly about it again, and not to feel rushed, but don't overthink it. It's just to find that balance between all of which, and to trust your beautiful Taurus intuition and the signs and synchronicities coming in from your guides, and you'll make the right decision. Feeling like you have a lot of speaking to do, a lot of business meetings and whatnot, meeting a lot of new people. It just feels like a lot is happening for Taurus, as things feel more on fire, more passionate. And you're like, well, damn, I'm glad I got that healing done, or finished some of which. It was a matter of time before things started to happen for me. Some of you have already knew that it was about to happen around this timeline, around this time. 10 of Pentacles. So you make your way to wrap up the first half of the month, and you're able to kind of catch your breath for a second as you reflect, you think back on the completion up until this point, certain endings, looking at them more as a blessing in disguise, asking yourself, like, how completed do I feel at this point, right? What am I lacking? A lot of you thinking about how new starts, things happening are going to allow you to more successfully take care of those you love, whether it's family, friends, or even just yourself. And it's okay to feel selfish at times, right? But then you sort of feeling responsible for these individuals, or to sort of achieve this and that in one way, shape, or form, whether it's within your job or just feeling like a level of financial success is not really, it's the only option, right? To kind of go above and beyond in one way, shape, or form. Feeling like you're reflecting isn't leading to, excuse me, a huge amount of overthinking. But if it does, to kind of reel yourself back in and be like, listen, things are happening. Let me focus on the positive, the let me focus on the positives and what's actually happening, instead of kind of drifting to the what ifs, or feeling like things could pan out negatively. Feeling like certain energies you're wrapped up with towards the end of the first half of the month could make you a little bit on edge, or maybe simply you're overthinking at times. So just take a deep breath, cleanse your energy, and to move forward in a positive, confident manner. You got this, Taurus. King of Cups. As you make your way to start the second half of the month, again, remember I was saying in the beginning, you're feeling more at ease. It's just sort of like, you go from the end of the first half of the month, where it was very colorful, very exciting, sort of a lot of reflecting happening, but you still felt very stressed due to certain factors, energies once again, or just everything happening super quick. And you feeling like you are able to catch your breath more so even again as you make your way to begin the second half of the month, but you just kind of implementing more self-care and doing what you have to feel good about the past when it comes to your financial choices, your career, and feeling like, not everything has been perfect, but it wasn't meant to, right? Realizing, coming to certain conclusions about this or that from the past, all the meanwhile, realizing like, okay, well, everything's happening when it's meant to. I didn't need it to happen before I did, but it just kind of gave me more time to relax or wrap things up, tie up loose ends, or whatever the case may be for you. I'm hearing now you're going places. Spirit and universe reminding you through small ways once again. And for some of you, it's more apparent, like big in your face, or through other energies, that you are truly going places in whatever is transpiring at this point, whether again it's your business getting off the ground, starting a new job, get clientele flowing in, or simply you getting promoted, or getting acceptance for this or that when it comes to your finances. You're deserving of all of which, and it's allowing you to kind of be, I'm seeing a big hand kind of pushing an individual in the right direction, being like, go for it, go for it. At times feeling calm and at ease, but feeling a little bit hesitant to go after something or to take a chance, and to remember that certain risks or gambles or choices you made in the past are starting to pay off in one way, shape, or form. So it's not a time to kind of hold back, I want to say. Allow yourself to take a risk, or allow yourself to simply go after whatever feels right for you at this time, as your luck is sort of on your side once again, and things are simply going to work out as they just truly happen. And allowing yourself to stay calm, cool, and collected all the meanwhile, wrapping yourself up with water and nature in order to ground yourself, remembering that you're a true earth sign. And we're moving on to the Emperor. Some of you might find yourself seeing a lot of fish, whether it's in real life or imagery. I'm also being drawn to this one down here, to look up the spiritual meaning for that fish. I feel as if there is a message for you. And so we're moving on to the Emperor. You make your way to the middle of the second half of the month, and you're planning optimistically, but just it feels as if a lot of you are coming off overly serious, feeling like you're just kind of buckling down and doing what you have to, or thoroughly thinking about all the choices you have to make, whether it's big purchases, small purchases, or simply whatever kind of you're trying to work out within your career. It does feel like a few small obstacles will pop up around this point in the month, but you overcome them so easily, just kind of like, ooh, look at me. Let me just take a moment and brush it off my shoulder, right? I deserve it. In the past, I would have stressed over that, or allowed myself to make it into more than it needed to be, right? Or listen to other people too much to the point where it became more than it needed to be. And you overcome those obstacles once again, just with ease. And I'm being drawn to this right here, feeling like the light is shining on you in one way, shape, or form, feeling like a lot of eyes are peeled on you, whether it's on social media, within your work environment, or simply just people noticing you for all the hard work you've been putting in to your business, career choice, your job, whatever it may be for you. A lot of you gaining that level of recognition that you have been longing for a while. And with the Four Wands being aligned, it's time to celebrate. It's time to allow yourself a moment here and there to take a deep breath and to catch your breath, to feel more relaxed, but you know intuitively that this is just the beginning, right? That there's more to come, there's more to transpire, when it comes to the financial success you deserve and aspire for at this time, as well as the career goals you have set in place. And a lot of you at this point in the month, again, the middle of the second half, are setting new career goals for yourself, remembering or realizing and clicking, being like, I've been settling to a certain extent. I deserve more. You know, I haven't even began to touch my potential, and it's time for me to look at it as an option to exceed it. And so let's set some new goals, not stress over them, but let's set them in place and go after it in a confident, cool, and collected manner once again. Allowing yourself to put the old habits, old ways of doing things kind of to rest and look at things in a fresh, new, kind of exciting manner. And we're finishing up the spread with the Six of Wands. And so you make your way to wrap up the second half of the month and the month in general. And again, I was saying you're in the spotlight to a certain extent. People are noticing Taurus, and it's like, damn right, it's a long time coming. I've been working hard, even if it doesn't appear that way to all eyes. But again, that was key wording. All eyes are on Taurus. You being like, well, here I am. I've been here the whole time. Thank you for noticing. A lot of you getting awards at work, or again, that promotion or something. Oh, I'm hearing an extra bonus check. Interesting. That would be nice to receive. But a lot of you feeling like, again, you're coming to certain conclusions. Just things are clicking for you. You're feeling like completion is a necessary part of your kind of your journey, how you're viewing it now. Through your career situation, your financial struggles, ups and downs, and realizing again that everything's working out the way it should, at times for the bad, but feeling like it's going to sort of just more so work out moving forward once again. And being aligned with the Ten of Pentacles, asking yourself, is what you're doing now moving forward going to give you that completion, that set of fulfillment? And the answer for a lot of you is going to be yes. And you realizing that everything you've been doing up until this point was worth it, right? All the hard work, the dedication, the blood, sweat, and tears. And you just realizing at the end of the day, at the end of the month, that things are just happening for Taurus. Wow. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to email me about booking your personal reading. Wishing you nothing but the best at this time. Sending you love and light. And I'll see you next time. Bye, Taurus.